Hello everybody. So chapter 9 of Yeast is out, and it is honestly an exciting story. I feel bad for Hollyberry Cookie, and I am also excited for the new story development. So with that said, it is a difficult chapter and you're going to need a good team to build it. Good thing I got you settled. So everybody, we're going to be going over a team to help you clear all of hard mode. So I do have Eternal Sugar on this team right now, but what I do want to add is because you can hire cookies, it's pretty easy to be able to get an Eternal Sugar on your team. Pretty easy. So I will add, you can take out Eternal Sugar and replace it with Shadow Milk. So I cleared every stage except the last boss with Shadow Milk instead of Eternal Sugar. So keep that in mind, guys. But for the sake of the video, and I'm going to keep them interchangeable. So for the first team, the one that you're going to be most of the non-boss fights with, even you're going to be every fight with this except for the hard boss. So we've got Burning Spice, Pure Vanilla Awakened, Eternal Sugar, Fire Spirit, and Nutmeg Tiger. And then for the treasures, we've got the Jelly Watch, the Scroll, and the Hollyberry Royal Necklace. So then guys, looking at the toppings, so for Burning Spice, you got to keep in mind that the bonus effects are deactivated. So you want to have some means of boost from the biscuit that you aren't getting from the toppings that you normally do. So for the toppings, I've got 3 raspberry with the backup tart and 2 damage resist. Now this would be a good time to go 3-3 actually, because it will give you the boost from both. But if your Burning Spice is surviving without a problem, I would definitely go more on that damage side. So damage resist at least 20%. The higher you can get it, the better. And then attack and cooldown as high as possible. So then for Eternal Sugar, it's going to be a similar build actually. You're going to want to focus on big cooldown as much as possible. Now I've got a really good biscuit here with all cooldown. That's why you guys see my cooldown so high with that 34%. But really, as long as it gets to that 20-25%, you should be fine. Now she doesn't need much damage resist because unlike everybody else, she doesn't get affected by the big debuff in this story mode. So she will be able to cast her ability and stay alive. But when it comes to the toppings, you're going to want to go with 3 raspberry and 3 chocolate so you can get that aforementioned double triple boost. And then you want to focus on that cooldown attack. There's no substats on these toppings, so really it's just the base stuff there, guys. And then for Pure Vanilla, we're going to also want to focus on a bit of damage resist in HP. Now this really comes down to how you are doing as a survivability. Now his cooldown is scaled off of his damage resist, so if you want him to be casting more, increases damage resist. So this is more of a PvP focused build here. But if you aren't having it too much of an issue with your survivability or your team survivability, I would keep that damage resist in HP there intact, because that'll make sure he stays together and he can cast very useful shields. That will be nice. It's a two-sided coin a bit. You get more shield, but you get a little bit less healing. But you know, to play around a bit, see what works for you. But really, damage resist will be your go-to there. And then for the biscuit, I've got HP and damage resist as well. So play around with it, see what works best for you for your Pure Vanilla. So for Nutmeg Tiger Cookie, guys, I've got her with 5 chocolate with 1 almond damage resist on the toppings because I want her to have a little bit more survivability. But really with that front 3 line, you should be fine, honestly. And then for the biscuit, I've got increased fire damage with damage resist and cooldown. So for her, more cooldown, the better. If she's having a little bit of trouble surviving, you want to add some damage resist. She's a very useful support for this new fire element meta that's going on in my opinion, fire element meta that's happening in the PvE story mode. So really, you want to focus on that cooldown for her as much as possible. And then for the big guy, Fire Spirit, you're going to want to focus on as much damage as you can. But the thing for him is that with his increased cooldown, he does get invulnerability with his skill. So the more he casts his skill, the more invincible he is, which is very useful for fights and very useful for his survivability. So what you're going to look for is more cooldown. As you can see, I got a good biscuit here on him with a lot of cooldown, and then I've got mainly attack on the topping so he can deal most damage. So now with this trio, he does get a bit of increased fire damage. I believe it's 1.85. It's not as big as that jump with 4 people, but nonetheless, you will see Fire Spirit clear enemies like it's nothing. So with all that said, let's go ahead and show you guys 929, which is the final normal stage, which is my way of like showing like, oh yeah, this is the last difficult stage. And then we're going to go ahead and go into the final boss fight as well. So let's go ahead and speed this up a little. So Eternal Sugar really is crazy in this story because she doesn't get debuffed Pure Vanilla does a fantastic job keeping the team alive as well. The Holly Berry and Royal Necklace is incredibly handy here because you'll notice multiple times the team just takes massive damage but then manages to survive. I originally tried this out with the multiple different treasures like the Vial of Raging Dunes and the multiple other things, and I just found the Royal Necklace to work the best. So as you guys can see, that was 929. Very easy, honestly. And like I said, it's a little, you can replace Eternal Sugar with Shadow Milk and it will be a little bit less effective, but I cleared the first 29 stages with Shadow Milk instead of Eternal Sugar. And I didn't have Eternal Sugar when I cleared the final boss fight 930. I just hired her. So let's go on and get into the boss fight itself, you guys. So then this is the Jewelry Box of Love, the final boss of the recent chapter. And what we're going to be doing, we're going to be taking out Fire Spirit and Nutmeg Tiger and adding Mint Choco and Wind Archer. So now for Mint Choco, what you're going to want is as much cooldown as possible. You really want this guy to just cast that ability as much as possible. As you can see, I just switched him out with Nutmeg Tiger there. And then for Wind Archer, you're going to want to focus on, I'm not sure why he has a dark damage biscuit. Let me switch that off. Where's the attack speed biscuit? I'm pretty sure. Yep. For Wind Archer, you're going to want as much attack speed as possible on the biscuit and then as much attack as possible on the Toppings. So generally those two won't have too much trouble dying until the very end of the fight where the healers might start to fall. And that's where you've got to start playing around with Pure Vanilla's damage resist and HP and playing around with what works best for you. So let's go. There's a specific way of doing the fight that works best. So make sure you guys stick around and watch for the whole fight. Now, what we also made another change is instead of the Royal Necklace, we took it out for the Librarian's Robe. That's the Cape of the Vanquisher. Now, guys, let's go ahead and show you guys this fight. Clear this, get through these fools, get through these losers, these schmucks. This is ridiculous. This guy this treasure box has something out for me. I'm just trying to record a video, man. All right, come on. Hit him with that damage. Yeah, we don't got any time to waste. I was doing decent on time too until that guy decided to hit shield at 500,000 health. I'm just jamming these keys. I'm like, dude, I do not want to risk this again. A brother is just trying to make a guide to help his fellow gamers. Can you call people who play phone games gamers? Technically you are. I mean, I feel like it's just a greater term. Like, even if I farm little peppers, am I still a farmer? Or am I a gardener? What's the distinction? All right. I'm getting distracted. Let's go. All right, so when the boss gets down to that lower bit, you're gonna want to save the swords for the rampage. Don't forget, Eternal Sugar can always cast her skill underneath that smiley face debuff because she is unaffected by it. So as you guys can see, he's down to the rampage. We're gonna go ahead and cast that. Let's hopefully get some heals here. Nice. And then we're gonna be casting this the moment that shield is gone. It's gone. Let's go, Pure Vanilla. We need you to do a heal. Oh, there it is. This is it, guys. Let's hope he doesn't put up another HP shield at 500,000. I feel like he will because I hate this guy. And he doesn't. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. All right. And that's the team you need in order to beat hard mode for chapter 930. So it's a pretty hard fight. And as you guys can see, a few small mistakes can really make or change how the fight goes. Not even mistakes, just timings. And when you use the swords and when the guy gets a hit shield, ridiculous. But what I want to add on top of all that, if you don't have much luck with the mixture of raspberry and chocolate, go full raspberry for Swift Sugar, because in my opinion, that will work better for you. Both are pretty good, but in terms of PvE, it might be a little bit better for you guys to go with the raspberry. Just a little bit note to add at the end. But with all that said, guys, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I got a little bit of a kick out of this dang treasure box, but I'm glad I was able to demonstrate to you guys what this capable team can do. And if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a comment below, hit the like button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.